Most of us are often looking for the next watch to buy, but we tend to forget about our own watch collection. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can maintain your watch to keep it at its best condition. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to stay tuned. Regular cleaning. Now moving into the regular cleaning, it depends how often you use that watch. If you use it on a daily basis, then once a week or once every 2 weeks, you should just take it and clean it. Now, if your watch is water resistant, that's quite easy. You just take it and put it running water in the sink, and then you just dry it up with a microfiber cloth. But if your watch is not water resistant, you can just take a damp microfiber cloth and just go around the watch and clean it. Now this will keep the watch away from the dirt. Now if your watch has seen some serious actions, then you can just take a soft toothbrush and put a mild soap on it and just go ahead and scrub that watch. Like this, you will keep the watch clean and away from dirt. Servicing a watch. Now you should service a watch when 3 things happen. 1, that it stopped working. 2, that it doesn't keep the time accurate. And 3, it's been way too long. What is way too long? Generally watches, the automatic watches, they need to be serviced between 3 to 5 years, depending on the company. The newest Rolex watches, they can be serviced once every 7 years. But if you see that your watch is not accurate or it stops, then you should just take it for a service. Water resistant. This is one of the most important things, because people tend to think that their watch is water resistant and they take it for a swim or a shower or even when they wash dishes, and suddenly they have all this fog going in. That means that this watch is not water resistant. If you have a diver watch that it's been a decade or 2 decades, then you should take it to a professional to make sure that the watch is water resistant before you take it into water. Avoid magnets. There are many areas with high magnetic field. Now those magnets, they can affect the hairspring of the escapement movement, and this will cause at the end losing the accuracy of the watch. So if you're working in a high magnetic field area, just make sure that you demagnetize your watch once in a while. Now what you can also do, just jump into a professional horologist and just give them the watch, and they will check if it's magnetized and they can demagnetize it. And this is important to keep the watch accurate. Most new watches nowadays, they have this protective against magnets on the case, and if you have a watch that is made for engineers, then you have that already protection in there, so you don't need to be worrying about the magnetism. Avoiding shock and impact. We all kind of had that thing that we went and bumped into a door or the watch fell while putting it on. So we have to avoid those kind of bumps and falls. Especially when we open the watch, we need to make sure how we open it, and when we run towards the door, how we close the door or open the door so we don't hit that watch. So it's very important to make sure that we're a bit more careful when we have that expensive watch on our hand. Proper storage. Now keeping that watches stored properly is vital, because if you keep the watch in a place that is cluttered, it can damage the watch. Keeping it at a cool and a dry place, this is ideal. And also just make sure that you place it inside of a watch box or a watch case to keep it away from other things that are around that can harm the watch itself. Avoiding chemicals. Chemicals and watches, they don't mix. We female tend to sin at that. We use a lot of products, whether it's perfume, whether it's cream or cosmetics. Men do that too. I'm not saying you're not taking care of yourself, but we female do that a lot more. So we can harm the watches from the case and the strap itself. So we should be more aware of that. Strap care is often overlooked, which is a big mistake, because the strap is part of the watch and it's part of the way it looks on the hand. If you have a metal bracelet, you can just take it off of the watch once a month, or depending how often you use it, and just give it a deep clean with a toothbrush and a mild detergent and go into those deep areas where are the links and just make sure that you clean it properly. And then just dry it out with a microfiber cloth. Now, if you have a leather one, then you should keep away water from it. But you have certain materials that are used for leather and you can just put it on with a microfiber towel and just clean it. If you have a rubber one, that's easy. You do the same thing as the metal. That's even easier. But if you have a fabric one, take a damp microfiber and just go ahead and clean it. Some materials you can buy nowadays that you can spray on the strap and make sure that it's cleaner and nice. Now lastly, protect that crystal. Be mindful of the watch face and the crystal. When you go around in the house or you bang those doors and stuff like that, just make sure that you don't scratch it or crack it. And if you did, just go ahead and service it and change the crystal, or just go and make some polishing over that crystal. And there you have it. This is the ultimate guide to maintain your watch. Now, if you follow those tips, these watches will run for many more years to go, and the watch will be in a better condition. If you find this video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. If you have more tips on how to maintain a watch, I would like to hear about it down in the comment box. And if you haven't subscribed yet, but you do want more watch related content, then please subscribe. Thank you. Until next time.